Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Friday, May the 19th, 2023. Friday, May the 19th. Okay. So we pick up with Curtis and Jordan, right after the lip lock. And Curtis was ready to look, let's get busy in the back office. He was ready to just fall into bed with Jordan. You know, Curtis is has mixed emotions going on. He's worried about the test. He is restless. He is getting restless. He even told Jordan, you know what? He's made a success of the club, but he's just not. No, he may want more. He might want more excitement. See, yeah, the club was just something, an idea, and he made it work, right? His little wanting more, living on the edge, was letting Wu operate illegal gambling in the back office. But anyway, all them birthday parties she's having, right? So Jordan says, you know what? Wait, Curtis, before we go any further, we need to talk about this. We need to talk about what's happening or what's about to happen. And I'm so happy she put the brakes on that. Say, you're not going to jerk my heart around. Because Jordan, they're now sitting in chairs looking at each other. And Jordan flat out told him, I still love you, Curtis. You are the one who walked away from me. Okay. Because of, you and your reasons were I wasn't truthful with you as far as keeping you in the loop with what was going on. Okay. And so she said, I had to accept that. And you fell right into Portia's arms. She said, and I had to accept that too. She says, you want to know why I didn't go to the wedding? She says, I could not bear hearing you profess your love and make lifelong vows with another woman. I couldn't do it because I love you. And she says, and he's just looking at her. And she says, Curtis, is this a rebound for you? See, is your marriage, is this something that you can't forgive Portia for? That things are over with you? She said, because I know you definitely can make things over. She know firsthand, right? She said, but you both bought a house together. I mean, no, she goes, if this is a rebound thing while you figuring out if you still want to be with Portia, she says, no, I won't do that to myself because I love you too much and that would hurt me too much. And he looked at her and he goes, Jordan, I honestly don't know. He said, right now, I don't know what the paternity tests are going to bring. He's like, and part of me feels, did I have the right to even want to know, And so Jordan said, wait a minute. Did you push for this paternity test? He said, no, it was Trina's decision. He goes, she always knew I wanted to know, but no, it was her decision. She said, then what does you now? He goes, I'll be breaking up, a happy family. He goes, breaking up nothing. Wait a minute. If you are her father, you are her father. That's not breaking up a happy home. She goes, this situation you did not put in motion. It's put in motion because Portia never told the truth. This whole thing could have been settled years ago when she was pregnant before this baby was born, if she would have told you both. So she goes, the outcome is going to be the outcome, Curtis. And he goes, I just don't know how it's going to change my life. And she goes, and that's valid because now you're going to have a daughter if she's yours. And he was telling her, Jordan, I really want her to be my daughter. I really do. But part of me feels like that's selfish. And she goes, because what that means is now Taggart could no longer say she's his daughter. And so Jordan's like, no, I mean, she didn't tell him this, but yeah, because she didn't go that far into that, or they didn't have that far of a conversation. But see, this is me writing, everybody. This is me saying what Jordan should have said, what they should have had her say is no. Taggart is, yes, losing the fact that he could say he has a biological daughter, but Trina is still his daughter. Okay, she is. He raised her. As much as we could say he raised her, right? Because see, remember, Taggart was undercover for most of Trina's teenage years. Yep, right? Sure was. Taggart didn't come back into the picture till much later. Okay. So, but yet she still knew that was my dad. I have a dad. And you know, there was a period when he was, you know, really more involved. And she said, but she's gaining a father, and she still was going to have Taggart in her life. So it's an increase. Taggart is still going to feel the same way he's always felt about her, and she's going to still feel the same way she felt about him. You're not taking anything away from Trina's life, you'll be adding to it. And he was just like, well, they should have had him go. Yeah, you're right. But anyway, so that last part was me. You know how I get everybody. I feel like I should have wrote some stuff. But anyway, we shall see, because it is right. You know, you woke up this morning not truly knowing if that girl over there that I've come had to, you know, because she hated him when she thought her father was dead, because she's mad that he saved her, you know, during that shootout and Taggart was shot. You know, they had to come through a whole lot to get where they were. And he truly loves and cares for Trina. So you woke up still not knowing, and you might be going to bed knowing that I have a daughter, knowing that is kind of life-changing. You know, it is, because when she gets pregnant and have kids, those will be your biological grandkids. So anyway, we shall see. And he and Jordan had a really good talk. And Jordan said, you know what, Curtis? When you can figure out your marital situation, and you're going to know the DNA test, and you're going to start navigating the waters, whether Trina is your daughter or not, you know, but at least you'll be settling in on all of that. She says, once you settle in on everything and you decide where your life is going to go, she goes, you know where to find me. And she stands up, takes a purse, and he kisses her on her cheek. I liked that. Kissed her on her cheek. And she walked away. And I said, no, that's what you should do. Because don't be, you know, going to look at him and Google eyes him and try to, you know, persuade him to go your way, because Curtis is still going to go whatever way he want to go. Leave your heart out of it, Jordan, and let him do him. And if you two are meant to be, Curtis is going to come back, right? So now we have Jocelyn goes in to see Sonny with all her entitled gall. And Jocelyn says, you know, Sonny, remember how you said that you would do anything for me? And he looked at her and he said, yeah, I do. No matter how you treat me. Yeah, I'm glad he said that. I'm glad they threw that line in, because she's treated, talked to, just been disrespectful to Sonny for what, a year now? Well, ever since he chose Nina, right? Year and a half, really. Okay. Oh, but now you're going to come to me and you're going to say, remember what you said. And so he then the next thing out of his mouth was, are you in trouble? Because if she in trouble, he get ready to mop it up. He get ready to take care. Hey, got you covered, baby girl, got you covered. I'll handle it. And so she goes, no, I need you to do something for me. And she sits down and she goes, I need you to fire Dex. And he looks at her like, you what? You know? And she says, I don't want Dex working for you. I need you to fire him. Well, look, that's a little presumptuous. And it's like Sonny told her, if Dex doesn't want to work for me, Dex should be coming to me. Dex should not be sending you. And she goes, Dex doesn't even know I'm here. You know, your line of work is dangerous, blah, blah, blah. And Sonny said, you knew Dex worked for me when you started seeing him. Got all that. Good for you, Sonny. Good for you, right? When you started seeing him. She goes, yes, I do. Yes, I did. But now things are more serious, and I would like you to let him go. And he goes, you know what? That's something that is going to be between me and Dex. You know, thank you for coming. But and actually we didn't get to hear that part of the conversation because we got Gladys out there now trying to snoop for Woo. And they're in line. And Dex is in line to see the boss too. And his bodyguard is like, he's got somebody in there, closed doors. Everybody's gonna have to wait. So then when they're done, Joss comes out. No, Gladys sees Sonny's guy give Dex an envelope full of money. He said, the boss says this is payment, right? And Dex kind of opens it and Gladys is looking over at the envelope, right? And he puts it away. And so Gladys kind of moseys over to him saying, hey, see, you got an envelope full of money. What was that from? Was it from illegal gambling of Sonny's? Is that what that's from? Is it from, or is it from some other business? Well, what's it from? And Dex looked at her as if I would tell you. See, that's why I said, don't send Gladys to do nothing. Why would Dex tell her what the money was for? He wouldn't. So Jocelyn comes out the office. Dex looks at her and she looks at him like, oops. And so when he's like, Jocelyn, and as she's stepping over to him, Gladys runs right in. The guard didn't even have a chance to announce her. Hey, cousin Sonny. And he looked at her like, what do you want? And she sits down. This is your lucky day or some crap like that, she says. And Sonny's just looking at her like, you up to something. What do you want? Cut to the chase. And she says, I'm here with a business proposition for you. You know, Deception, they're launching this great new line and you could get in on the ground floor. And, you know, this would be great for you and a good opportunity. And Sonny's just looking at her. And he says, for one thing, what's in that for you? Because you don't represent Deception. A good finder's fee for the investor. And he said, and what kind of finder's fee? Right? And so he goes, for one thing, because she sits down, she goes, I'm real good at finances and money. And he goes, he's like, is that so? Because no, you're not, right? And he's saying, well, I'm hearing Sasha Gilmore is getting better by the day and won't be needing you as her conservator, right? And so then she goes, well, and that's when she tells him about, oh, you could get in on the ground floor. And she goes, oh, I hadn't really thought about what my finder's fee would be, but it'd be a finder's fee. So he stands up and he goes, look, you know what, Gladys, as he's kind of motioning her to the door. He says, my portfolio is just fine, nor would I make a deal through you. So I tell you what, Gladys, thank you for coming, but no thank you. As he's opening the door, see ya. And so he walks by his bodyguard, and Gladys is now in the restaurant part of the office. And he walks out, and she's like, oh, man. So now Gladys goes to the bodyguard and says, hey, I saw you handing Dex an envelope full of money. What's that about? What was that from? And he looked down at her and he says, come on, Miss Corbin. You being family and all, you understand that I'm not going to give out any information. And he looks at her and he walks away. And so she goes out the door. She goes out the door and calls Selena Wu. Woo, I got some information. I got something better than money. I'm going to have some information. I'm on to something. Okay. What could Gladys possibly be on? Nothing. Sonny is a mob boss. Everybody knows it. Selena Wu is a mob boss. Everybody knows it. What do mob bosses do? They have their people handing other people envelopes of cash, right? That's how they pay them. It's usually in cash, right? Gee, Dex getting payment for whatever he works for Sonny. That could be last week's pay, Gladys. That could be his 2 weeks' pay. Who cares? You got nothing. Selena Wu, at any given time, her men are handing somebody else wads of money. Could even be with her illegal gambling, briefcases full of money. What you got, Gladys? Nothing. But I'm loving it. Gladys is getting ready to get herself in harm's way. She's getting ready to get busted out, and I'm really happy about that. Okay. So now, for some strange reason, Liesl is at Kelly's with little James, okay, with an ice cream sundae. And Cody walks up, and I thought they weren't friends because she didn't like the way he treated Britta at the end, dumped her for the necklace, but something happened to change that around. And she has him kind of talking to James because James is afraid of horses. And James is getting ready to be sent to a summer camp in the summer where he's going to be doing horseback riding. So they're trying to think proactively to get him used to horses. And I guess Cody, since he works at the stables and works with Leo, he's a good. One thing I could tell you about Cody, he's good with kids. That is so interesting. Cody is good with animals and he's good with kids. So anyway, he broke the ice with James because James is kind of standoffish to him. And he got him to open up. And James is even sharing his sundae with him. And the way it worked out is he is going to be coming to the stables with Leo. Cody's going to teach him about horses and teach him about canoeing because he's going to be canoeing in camp too, and he's afraid of canoeing. So Cody's going to be working with little James. And Scott is there like a vulture trying to get Cody to sign the paperwork. And Cody's like, sure, I'll do it. Yeah. And he goes, but I'm sensing some hesitation. Why? Oh, no, I'm just busy. Look, I got to help him eat his ice cream sundae. Any old stupid reason, right? So, Liesl and James are leaving and they're outside of Kelly's with Scott. He goes, hey, Liesl, would you like a ride? Would you and James like a ride home? I have my car. And Liesl looks at him and says, where are you parked? And he goes, in the lot. And she holds her head up as she walks with James, and Scott starts to smile. He's behind them and he goes, I'm making progress. And I'm thinking, I like them two together. I really do. And Liesl will soften up. Give her another month, 2 months. 2 months, they'll be back together again. But in the meantime, while what's going on is at Kelly's, I forgot to talk about Sasha and Nina. They have a good, they had a meeting about the advertising Crimson is going to do for the Deceptor or whatever that thing is. And they have a good meeting, but Nina's mind is, she's not fully concentrated, and Sasha's talking to her. And then, of course, they talk about Willow and everything. And, of course, Nina has to say, if Michael and Carly have their way, they're going to continue to keep Willow away from me, or keep the wedge between me and Willow. See, once again, she can't accept her own actions. Carly doesn't keep Nina from Willow. In the hospital, when Willow has asked Carly, get Nina for something, and Carly goes and does it, and whatever. It's your choice. When she's laying there, she told Michael, I need to speak to Nina. Michael went out, brought Nina in. You know, Michael has never said, actually, that's all Willow's decision where Nina is concerned. Now, yeah, they both were against Nina when they didn't know it was Willow's mother, because she always did horrible things to Willow, and Willow would tell Michael what she had done. And then some of the things she did to the both of them would start the rumor about TJ and Willow. But once they found out that she was her mother, Michael let Willow do all of the processing on how you feel about this chick. Michael's too busy hating Sonny and trying to bring Sonny down. But I thought, see, there you go. You have to throw in other people for your mistakes. So Sasha's like, and Nina said, there was a time when I thought you were my daughter, and then I found out that you weren't. And so Sasha says, and you forgave me. She says, give Willow time. Give her time. But Nina can't give nobody time. Well, honestly, Willow might not have time, right? Willow might be dead tomorrow. But anyway, it might, come on now. But we know she's not going to die. So Sasha says, you know what? I'm going to speak to Michael and Willow on your behalf. And Nina says, no. I wouldn't want to put you in the middle of it, but pretty much in the next breath, but thank you. She almost said, okay, now Willow's having the procedure later today. You gonna talk to her and Michael tomorrow? Can we, what time tomorrow? Let me get my calendar. Yeah, come on. She happily gonna have her do that. And Sasha might. And Michael or Willow, they won't bite Sasha's head off at all. But that doesn't mean they're going to do what Sasha says. They already know Sasha and Nina have a relationship. They already know that. Sasha is friends enough that she can say minor things, not enough to impose herself as to telling them what to do, which she won't. That's not Sasha's nature. But they will hear her and possibly take into consideration what she might have to say. I tell you, the best person to be the bridge between Willow and Nina is Liesl Obrecht. And she's handling it very well. It's like she keeps telling Willow, I'm giving you my bone marrow because you're family, no strings attached. Your family. And this is what I do for family. Liesl will get close to Willow, and then Liesl will then slowly, Nina's family too, and take it from a mother who's lost both her children. Willow, can you do this for me? Can maybe the three of us have lunch? Okay, can we do that? And you want to know what Willow would tell her? Yes. She'll tell Liesl, yes, we can have lunch, but I'm not going to make you any promises. This lunch is not going to be a magical fix. And Liesl would say, of course not, Leapian. But listen, humor me. And she would do it. There are ways of getting it done. Nina can't do, Lizo can. Lizo absolutely positively can. So then Nina, Sasha is telling Nina that, Willow just doesn't know what she's missing because Sasha loves Nina. And Sasha told Nina, you are the mother I wish I had. You're the mother I wish I had. And I'm thinking, well, doggone it. Adults get adopted. Adopt her. Nina, you're worth millions. Millions. So is Sasha right now. So she thinks Gladys is burning through a lot of her money. But Gladys, I don't think she's burned through millions. But anyway, adopt Sasha. Make her her daughter. Sasha would more than happily agree to it. She has no family now. Then they can have a mother-daughter relationship. No, that does not take away from the fact that Willow is her biological daughter, but it would take the pressure off of the Willow relationship. Nina needs somebody to say, that's my daughter, and hug her and go to lunch with her, all of that stuff that she does with Sasha. Then make it official, Nina. Make Sasha your daughter. Just adopt her. That's all you got to do. Then you got a daughter. As you're slowly working on your relationship with Willow. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents, everybody. That's just what I think that could happen, or it would be a very interesting storyline if they wrote it that way. A very, very interesting storyline. So that pretty much was it. Dex ends up not being too mad at Jocelyn. Of course. He just says, we're in this together. She says, yes, we are. And don't you want to not work for Sonny? Then okay, trust me. And after a few lip locks with him, it was a done deal. So anyway, let's see what, for sure Monday, we better get back to the bone marrow and Willow and having it over and having her maybe had a little touch and go, but she's okay. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And I am all caught up with the daily recaps. Monday, I will be back to my pictures on the side panel. I will be back to get into some comment corner. I'm going to be back to normal look. Monday, I might even be back to my black cap. Daily recap lady is returning. The daily recap lady #1 is about to return. With that being said, everybody have a phenomenal weekend.